So, what is going on, guys? I am BlackOpsAmazing. Welcome back to another Black Ops 4 Zombies video on the channel, where today I am going to be showing you the top 5 things you didn't know about Blood of the Dead. This is one of the brand new Zombies maps in Black Ops 4, having just officially released today. However, it did come out yesterday. I thought I'd make a video showing you guys 5 interesting things, whether these are Easter eggs, secrets, not so secret things that you didn't know about Blood of the Dead. So when you get into it, when you play this map, you can straight away check these out for yourself. As always, if you enjoy the video by the end, drop a like rating, make sure you are subscribed, but let's get into it. Here we go. So, not in any particular order, but the first Easter egg I want to show you guys is in Richthofen Slab, the starting room. Now, this is a reference, a throwback all the way to World at War, Der Riese, where you will find on the table there is a small looking pad, and on it you can see we have a walnut. Now, as soon as I say that word walnut, some of you guys may know exactly what I'm on about. Your minds may have just gone back 10 years, but this was actually one of Richthofen's very first experiments. Ultimus Richthofen, back in the day, in Der Riese, when Group 935 were experimenting with the teleporters for the first time, they were attempting to get them to work. They weren't quite going as Group 935 wanted them to. Dr. Richthofen was working alongside Groff on the MDT teleporters, and one of the very first things that they teleported as a test subject was a walnut. Obviously, after this, after it being a success, they then went on to teleport humans, but you can see kind of a throwback to this in Richthofen Slab. There is a small teleporter. It is kind of like a prototype, I guess, the mainframe of a teleporter, just a very small version. On it, we have a walnut, and you can actually also interact with it in game. If you go up to it and press X or square, press the interactive button, and the walnut will actually teleport. There is a second teleporter in the room that it will go to, and you can actually see this animation happen. It's really cool. Like I said, it's a throwback to Richthofen's very first teleportation test. Of course, it wasn't the premise version of Richthofen that did it, it was the Ultimus, but still it's a nice reference, and you can actually hear the characters say stuff about this. Specifically, I was playing as Takio, and he said, "What a curious invention. What could be Richthofen's purpose for transporting such a delicious snack?" So that's something quite funny there, but yeah, it's a reference back to World at War, Der Riese. I mean, who knows, as we go on to discover the Blood of the Dead Easter egg, this might have a bigger role to play, but as for now, it's a nice reference and just a cool Easter egg in general. Anyway, next up, the next thing I want to show you is the first time that Brutus spawns into the map. Now, this is something that you should notice as you come off the catwalk. As you come from spawn and make your way over to the prison for the first time, you will see Brutus gives our crew a nice welcoming to the prison. He shouts, "Alcatraz, rise and greet our guests," and as he says this, the ground around him crumbles and Hellhounds start rising from the lava. They walk up to Brutus as if they're his guard dogs, and then they teleport away in front of him, and then, not long after, Brutus teleports away as well. And as we know, a few rounds later, he's going to introduce himself to us with the Hellhounds, but I thought this was quite strange because obviously the Hellhounds are in Blood of the Dead. They were not in the original mob. I do have to admit they're quite annoying, but you could kind of make something strange out of this. Of course, the Hellhound was Samantha's dog. It was fluffy, it belonged to her, yet here we can see the Hellhounds almost bowing to Brutus. It seems like they're his dogs now. Of course, they are Hellhounds. Blood of the Dead is basically an iteration of Hell, a satanic version of Alcatraz. We've even seen in the new Blood of the Dead trailer the Hellhounds walking beside Brutus, so it seems like he's made the Hellhounds his guard dogs. It's almost like Brutus is Satan, the devil, Hades, I guess you could call him, and these dogs are, I wouldn't say Cerberus, since Cerberus was a 3-headed dog, and we do have a 3-headed dog in Blood of the Dead, but you kind of get that vibe. These are the hounds of Hades, or the hounds of, well, Brutus now. It's actually a really cool scene, and the fact that he acknowledges that we've arrived, he welcomes us into the prison, it's just a really cool scene. Anyway, moving on into number 3, I guess. I want to talk about the lava pit. Now, in the original Mob of the Dead, the main lava pit was near the spawn area. If you looked through the grids, you can see below there was a swirl of magma. I mean, it's very iconic, we've all seen this before. However, in Blood of the Dead, it is still there, but it looks quite a bit different. Now, you could say that's because Blood of the Dead is more detailed. This game is, I think it's like 5 years newer than Mob of the Dead, but you can see way further down than you could originally. Now, this isn't the only thing that I wanted to point out. Yes, that's cool. However, what's strange is you can actually see we have a monkey bomb down here that has been turned to stone. And when I saw this straight away reminded me of Pompeii. Pompeii, of course, was an ancient Roman city that was built near a volcano. The volcano erupted, the magma, the ash spread over this city, covering people that lived here, obviously killing them, but this also preserved their bodies. I'm sure you've all seen images like this before, but this image of the monkey bomb turned to stone reminded me of that. Obviously, the crack in the ground is the lava pit, and then the monkey has seemingly turned to stone due to the ash. So I thought that was really cool. The next one is actually a reference that we can find in the Blood of the Dead trailer, and this links into the original Mob of the Dead cutscene, where we see these very two similar things going on. Obviously, our premise crew have died many times in our zombie storyline. It's no different for Blood of the Dead. We see them die plenty of times in this trailer, but this one time, it looks very similar to what we saw in Mob of the Dead, where Nikolai gets pinned up against the gates and eaten by the zombies. And then we go back to the Mob of the Dead intro, and a similar thing happens to a few of the characters. The most similar one I would say is Finn getting pinned up against this door and eaten, but also we see the same thing happen to Sal. He thinks he's escaped the prison, he closes the door on the other characters, they are locked either side away from each other, and then Sal turns around to find the zombies there, they pin him up and eat him. So I also thought that was interesting. And then coming in at number 1 is the free blundergat. Now, there's actually a few more Easter eggs that are quite interesting. For example, if you look at the clocks in Blood, they are set to 1:15, which of course is 1:15, 1:15. That we know is a massive number in zombies. However, we have seen that Easter egg before in zombies. But what you can also get is a free blundergat. Now, again, you could get this in the original mob. However, the method is different. In order to obtain this, what you need to do first is get the shield. If you want to know how to build the shield, I have a guide up on my channel. But once you've built the shield, what you can then do is use it to go into afterlife mode, where you can see things that you wouldn't usually be able to see. And what you then have to do is collect skulls. I forgot to mention you also need the Hell's Retriever. Again, I have a guide on how to get that on my channel. But there are several different skulls you need to collect around the map using the Hell's Retriever to get them. So simply you use the shield to get afterlife vision, and when you do this, it will reveal where these skulls are. They will light up blue. Once you know where the skulls are, you then throw the Hell's Retriever at them, it retrieves the skulls for you, and when you've collected all of them, you can then get a free blundergat. By the way, you don't have to have the shield. You can just see exactly where I'm throwing my axe on this video, and you can still obtain the skulls. But the first one is located on the docks here on this pole. Just throw your Hell's Retriever at it, and it will bring the blue skull back to you. The second skull is located on the rooftop on this box. Again, just throw your Hell's Retriever here and it will bring it back. The third skull is near the spawn room. This area is called CD Street, near where the statue monkey was. In one of these cells, you will see there is a blue skull. Again, throw your Hell's Retriever and you will collect it. That is the third one. And by the way, you can do these in any order. It really doesn't matter. The next one that I am going to get is all the way in the starting area near the spawn room. Just above here on these stairs where this door is. That is where the next one is located. So just throw your Hell's Retriever near here and it will bring the skull back. And then the final one is located near to the warden's house, specifically the Eagle Plaza. You will actually find it on top of a, I guess this is an electricity pole. Again, throw your Hell's Retriever up here and that is the final skull collected. And then if you go into the warden's office, which is right next to here, you will see the free blundergat rise from the desk. And that is exactly how you get it. And that, guys, is my top 5 things you didn't know about Blood of the Dead. If you knew some of these or all of them, then you are an absolute pro. If not, then hopefully it helped. But either way, if you have enjoyed, make sure you drop a like rating. Also, subscribe to stay up to date with the latest zombies videos on the channel. Let me know your thoughts, or if there's any other Easter eggs that you think I should have included in the comment section below. But until next time, goodbye.